Peoplz Dragons is the brand, a creative outlet I created for myself that merged all the hobbies I enjoy the most into one machine. For me, it provides the same rush a director gets when showing the final cut of the film to its actors that are in it, seeing the characters that they've portrayed in all their glory. It's also the same rush a DM gets when the plot twist in the campaign that they prepared for their players unfolds. It's an amazing feeling, and I hope that the viewers enjoy it at least a fraction as much as I enjoy creating it. Peoplz Dragons will one day spark, and when it does, it will be massive and the preferred creative outlet for those who enjoy role-playing and interactive entertainment. Many will try to do something similar to P&D, and they'll be great, but it will not be the brand. The brand is what makes P&D. The brand is the passion and the vision that one has for the machine behind the curtain. I knew one day I would want to expand P&D, and not just in the sense of universes, but also storytellers and visionaries, artists. I imagine if they share the same values and want to contribute, then they too can represent the brand. I was contacted by a gentleman who stated he was inspired by what our channel was doing and expressed interest in trying his hand at telling a story by way of audio drama. We've kept in contact since then, and he even went on to be a pretty active player in our universe. He displayed his passion and love for the craft, and with that said, I would like to officially welcome Slater as a director to the machine. Director Slater will be operating within the highly requested genre of fantasy. This universe that he's running is called Cawthane. A world in a late medieval timepiece is facing a war of 3 worlds. This remote and struggling country has been in contact with 2 other sister worlds through a portal-like phenomena known as the Rifts. The factions from these 3 worlds have been peaceful for nearly 300 years, while studying and attempting to understand why and how these connections exist. However, the first rift event connecting all 3 worlds simultaneously has left Cawthane with a bombardment of soldiers and citizens fleeing one of the sister worlds due to an unknown threat. This universe was created by Director Slater. In true Peoplz Dragons fashion, it has you make decisions and take actions through submissions. However, though some core aspects are the same, directors of our brand each will bring their own style to their universes, and so the system and rules may be different in order to reflect the story they are telling. The universe has been in the works and test ran just so players hit the ground running. In fact, Director Slater will be running a live stream recap for his last episode, which will air on this channel Monday, the 7th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Director Slater so he can introduce himself and kind of give you some insight on what you can expect from the new universe.
Hey everyone, many of you may know me as Kay or Wainwright, but for simplicity I'll go by my actual Discord name, Slater. I'm proud to announce the introduction of the Cawthane universe into the P&D brand. Just a few notes about myself. I'm a fantasy writing hobbyist in Colorado who came across the P&D website completely by chance at the beginning of the Gamma Haven Season 1. I was truly inspired by the community the director had created and wanted to share my skill set with P&D. And as a result, Cawthane was born. Cawthane is a world in a late medieval timepiece, which is on the brink of a mechanical revolution. This remote and struggling country has been in contact with 2 other sister worlds through portal-like phenomenon known as the Rifts. These factions from these worlds have been peaceful for nearly 300 years while studying and attempting to understand why and how the connections exist. However, the first rift event connecting all 3 worlds simultaneously has left Cawthane with a bombardment of soldiers and citizens fleeing one of the sister worlds due to an unknown threat. this universe was originally introduced as a side project for P&D. Originally created as a proof of concept for a new universe, Cothene has grown its own community, a pretty riveting story, at least in my eyes, and a deeply developed game world. The story has proven itself and come to a mid-season break where integration with the P&D community was possible and probably most efficient. I'm super excited to launch this new universe to an entirely new community. So this means Cothene is open to all P&D members to create a character and join our story. Now, Cothene might be partially realized already, but this doesn't mean you should curb the extent of your participation at all. Remember, we're all somewhat new to this, so don't feel overwhelmed by our world. This community thrives on new creative minds, no matter how involved you are in our lore. So that could mean simply having a character and participating in some of the story, or it could mean helping to build our world using our Cothene World Builder, which will be available soon. So a bit on how this universe works and differs from P&D. Well, it doesn't differ that much, actually. Cothene was set up under the P&D structure, meaning we have a story submission phase, an episode release, and then all followed by a recap. The best way to get to know the universe a bit might be the recap event. We actually differ from the P&D community in that we like to do the recaps live. Of course, we record them and upload them in case you can't miss the live events, but it's a great way to get started. So what I suggest you do is watch the live stream recap on Monday, May 7th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We plan on discussing the new universe meta and what's happening with the integration, a full story recap for the new members, and of course, recapping the events of the latest episode. If you can't make it, that's fine. Another great place to get to know Cothene is on the universe overview page, which will be released shortly, or our story itself is probably the best way. And that will be featured on the P&D YouTube page in full in the next coming days. In my eyes, P&D community members are experts in storytelling and lore building through this format. So I can't wait to see where you guys are going to take the story. I'll see y'all out there soon.
I'll definitely be hopping in this game. I love fantasy, and it will be fun seeing you all on the other side of the curtain for a change. See you there. Peace and love.